And here I'm going to put some tracer particles on. The film is so thin and even you can't hardly even see it's there, but you put a drop of these tracer particles and it lets you know that you really do have a film sheet there. So there you can see the tracer particles. And these films are so thin that you can disregard the flow within the thickness of the film, and so you can now investigate two-dimensional fluid flow problems. And so this is a really neat tool now to look at things here in reduced gravity. And there's a cannula hooked up to a syringe that I'm using just to pump a little bit of air onto the film and get some motion and still some rotation. And while it's rotating, I'm going to put some more tracer particles on here. And this whole process, here comes the tracer particles. This whole process that I'm doing now, I'm just making a film substrate with tracer particle patterns in there so I can use these patterns to investigate the Marangoni convection, which will be coming up here shortly. And so anyway, we've got this stationary pattern. And what you see moving up on the right-hand side is the tip of a soldering iron. And watch what happens when I move that soldering iron close to the film. What's happening, you're inciting motion into the film. And this is called Marangoni convection. The soldering iron is heating the wire in the film, and surface tension happens to be a function of temperature. And so next to the soldering iron, we have a different surface tension than further away from the soldering iron where it's cool. And since you have fluid connected with different surface tensions, that manifests itself as different forces in different locations on the fluid, and it incites flow. Now here, I'm shining a flashlight onto the film, and watch what happens. You can see that the light from the flashlight is inducing a small amount of motion. And this was originally how I stumbled across this. I was shining a flashlight on this film and using a magnifying glass to inspect the tracer particles, and lo and behold, the particles started to move when I shined the flashlight on it. And again, an orbiting environment like on Space Station is a perfect place for studying some of these tertiary forces that are often masked by a gravitational force. And only by arranging an environment where the gravitational force is close to zero can you even see a lot of these kinds of effects.